Oh. Hello. Hey, how are you? I had some trouble with this one again. I think because I need like software to actually schedule a live. So I had my live stream scheduled and I was like, how do I even get into it? I thought it would just be like a simple click the thing and into my live, and I realized no, that's not the case. It was like, use your streaming software. I'm like, well, I don't have any streaming software, so there goes that idea. Yeah. So anyway, in case anyone was like lingering in the other one, like happened in like last time, I thought I'll can it off. So I'm really sorry if anyone was sitting over there waiting for that one to go live. It didn't work out. Thank you, Saber. I got this from a Mythical Markets, actually, and it was the last one the lady had. She gave me this really good deal. I think it was only like $20 or something like that. And you can't see it. I don't know if I can't see if I'm in frame, but it's got like jewels and stuff on the back as well. So I really love it. It's been sitting in my backdrop and I haven't actually worn it to anything. So I thought I'll wear it today because I don't know, been going with the let's do some interesting headpiece situation. You've been waiting for half an hour. It's like 9 a.m. in the morning here. I did it a little bit earlier than I've been doing because we've got a lot of things we want to do today. It's the weekend, so yeah, I keep saying this every time to you guys, but I feel like this is a bit crooked. But I've got a big project I've been working on and I haven't been able to work on it because like, I don't know, work's been super busy, and also I had to do a whole bunch of editing and filming and stuff for you guys for Sunday because I knew the project that I'm working on that's a bigger project was just not going to get done, and it's a really important one to me, so I want to make sure it's super good. Hey, Ren, how are you doing? Waving cup of tea. Yes, I don't have a cup of tea, but I do have a glass of water in case, I chat too much and have to drink some water, which, let's be honest, is pretty likely. Oh, how is everyone anyway? I know for me, it depends on the day. Like sometimes I think, yeah, I'm getting used to this new routine. I'm doing all right. I'm fine. And I know compared to a lot of people, I am fine. Like I'm lucky I still have a job and we're making ends meet and it's all fine in that way. But, there's the whole weight of the whole thing that sometimes, I don't know, gets a bit much. But they've relaxed some of the requirements at the moment for us. We can actually visit people now in Victoria. I think that's just about all we can do. There was a couple of things that you could do now, which was just, I don't know, go over to someone's house, which I haven't done yet, but I will be going over to a friend's house next week for the first time in the longest time, which will be lovely. And it's my birthday next week, actually. I haven't planned anything because can you plan things? I don't know. I might have someone over or something. Or maybe I'll even live stream with you guys. Who knows? I did take, like, my birthday falls on a Monday for Australia, which would be a Sunday for the States. And I thought, I don't want to work on my birthday, so I took that day off. Freezing here, but glad for the sunshine. Yeah. Oh, that's it, Ren. Yeah. And I guess, like, we just have to take a day at a time and try and look after our mental health. I was thinking, I've been listening to this podcast by Brene Brown love her so much. She does all sorts of TED Talks and audiobooks and things like that. And she's just, this amazing, very intelligent lady who has a podcast at the moment. I think it's called Unlocking Us, which they've been, touching on what's going on and everything like that. And they were talking about, she was talking with this gentleman, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, who wrote a book on, all the stages of grief and how that applies to just life as well. So like mourning the old life and, finding meaning in the new life, which is so suitable to this time, I think, at the moment, because, I think that every so often I'll cycle back to, oh God, I just wish things were normal and people were happy and things were okay and everything. And then, trying to get used to everything, I guess, and trying to find normalcy in the abnormal. We've had an ice cream truck coming through the neighborhood. Oh, nice. I doubt there'd ever be an ice cream truck around here. There's just not enough people. I would get one. I remember when I was a kid running down after an ice cream truck. It was so funny. Me and my sister actually heard this ice cream truck, and we ran all through the streets to find this bloody thing, only to eventually catch up to it back in our own street. Like we did like 10 different streets chasing this thing around. It was a hot day. We were even hotter though by the end of it, but I was like desperate for an ice cream. So we got one in the end, but we earned it. Well, I've got a few things to show you guys. Saber! Oh my God, what are you doing? Thank you. I am looking forward to my birthday, even though I can't do too much for my birthday. But Dan's going to cook me a really nice dish that he makes, this really nice risotto. So he's going to make me that. And I don't know, I might get some sort of really nice dessert we can have afterwards. And hopefully I can catch up with some friends. We can have, I think, is it up to 5 people or something in Victoria? Every state in Australia is a little different. So, isn't he sweet? So that's going to be nice. And maybe we'll watch a movie or something like that. And like I said, I took the day off work because I thought, as often as possible, if my birthday falls on a work day, I try my best to take it off. So luckily I got it off, even though we're a little bit busy at work at the moment. But I thought, I want to stay home and, I don't know, maybe do creative things because, I'm a creature of habit. I brought what happened there? Everything went white for a second. I brought my necklace over to show you guys. Nothing's really happened on it since my last video, and it's a little blurry in there, yeah. But I'm having a think about the next parts of it now. So I'm probably going to do a video soon on how I'm going to go about it. But at the end of the necklace, I'm thinking of having these little tendrils. I don't know if you guys remember the original video I did where I was like going through my craft journal and, doing sketches of the piece and working out exactly how I was going to put it together. And basically the way I had it was, at the end of the stone having these little green, like vines, I guess, coming out from it. And I don't know exactly how I'm doing this yet, but I've got something here next to me, so I'm just going to grab that. I've got a bunch of stuff, actually. I think I mentioned to you guys, like, I did a craft haul and I had a bunch of stuff still waiting to come, and I got some of it next to me here. That whole thing when you're home and, like, your fingers do the walking, you do some online shopping and, we've been saving a bit of money on travel and eating out and all that sort of stuff. So some of that money's been going to other things instead. Where is it? So I've got this, like, I've been a sucker too, because like there's been a few craft sales and stuff like that. So I think it was both Spotlight and Lindcraft had a sale. So I was like, yeah, all right, have my money. So I bought a bunch of like moss and things like that because I've got a couple of projects in mind for it. I think I mentioned I was maybe going to sculpt some sort of tree thing and put some lights in it and all that sort of stuff. And then I also got this stuff. I might open it. Inspiring me to pull out your beading stuff again. Yeah, you should, Ren. I'd love to see some stuff that you guys do. And like, if anyone ever wants to share it with everyone else, don't forget that hashtag. I've been putting it in all my videos. Saber was the one that came up with it, and I thought it was a great idea if anyone wants to share it. I know a lot of people have said, oh, I'm too shy to share their work. Some people email me their work and stuff like that, which is nice. But if you do want to share it on Instagram, definitely use that hashtag. Sorry for the rattling. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to use this stuff or not, when it's molting a fair bit. But this, I want to make something like this. I think this unravels. I'm hoping it unravels. All right. Somehow this undoes. I'm sure of it. Oh, there we go. God, it does really molt though. This isn't probably going to work out. I thought it was more single. This is what happens when you buy things online. You can't tell what you're getting. Not quite what I was picturing, actually. It's going to be helpful for some other projects maybe, but probably not for the necklace. But just to give you an idea of like give you an idea of the idea. To give you an idea of what I'm thinking, I want something that looks kind of like that. And I'm thinking what might work out is to use like, I think I mentioned it last time actually, silk fusion or felt work or something like that around wire, and, you know, or maybe even tubing if I need to make it super thick, but probably wire and then building that up. And I think it's going to be more, silk fusion than anything, which just literally is using a medium instead of, you know, if you're doing felting, it's the actual fibers that are gripping onto each other from friction. But if you're doing silk fusion, usually using silk, which doesn't grab like that, you use a medium instead to make it, you know, grab and hold and stuff. And you can sculpt things out of it and all of that. And I've made full masks out of it. Actually, I wonder if I can grab that mask. I'll see if I can grab the mask that I made out of silk. This is well before YouTube days that I did this. I was fully knocked down a whole bunch of stuff to do that. So this was a mask I made. It's a little bit wonky, and it's been one of those like, oh, I really must fix that situations that I never go back and fix, because I was like, oh yeah, I should put some wire or something in there to really fix that up. But see, the actual mask itself is made with silk. I did form it over a base though, so you can see underneath a hard mask base keeps it in place. But you can actually, like if I was to take that off the base, if you put enough medium into it, it holds its shape. So you can do sculpting with it. You will sometimes get like, I did get some crinkles in there, but I actually kind of liked it because I was like, well, it's kind of like an evil queen mask or something, like had a little bit of a crinkly nose, you know. And man, I had so much fun with these feathers. Like this feather, I couldn't tell you what they are. I have no idea, but I love this feather with the curl on it. It's so nice. There was a shop in Melbourne called Clegg's, which I used to love. It was just another sort of small haberdashery type shop. A lot of millinery stuff in there, a lot of feathers, lots of feathers. And the feathers were my favourite part. Every time I went in there, even if I didn't have a project in mind, I just wanted to buy feathers for things because like they're so pretty, and like all the different textures and colors and all of that. So and this has got Swarovski crystals all over it. It was so much fun to make that. And then I did like swirling thread work around and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a fun project. I like making masks actually. There's lots of things like that I never get time to. No, Ren Clegg's shut down. I was so upset when it shut down too. I don't know. I guess it was hard to compete because there was a Lincraft not far from it, and people go to Spotlight and all that as well. So I just think they couldn't compete with it. And I really, really miss it. But I have to say, if you're out my way, Ren, then you should go to House of Adorn because they had a similar type of setup in that, like tons of feathers and all sorts of stuff. And plus, next to it was that like outlet place they have with all of the ribbons and all that. I don't know. Can't remember if you saw that video, if you commented on that video or not. But that place has so much lovely like threads and stuff and like ribbons and stuff, and they had big bags of sequins for like bugger all, and they had fabric and stuff like that as well, but like a lot of millinery stuff if you're wanting to do all of that, which is really fun. They had lace appliques. Yeah, easy to go absolutely nuts in there. I really enjoy it. Oh, and yeah, they had a bunch of feathers. I did get some feathers, and I did want to still make that decorated hat. It's, for me, I think I've mentioned, like, it's never a problem coming up with ideas. It's having time to do them. And at the moment, all my effort's going into this big project over there. That hopefully should be next week. So I will stop teasing you guys about it. But I was having a think about if I was to do a Patreon, what I might do, and thinking about these little projects that I'm doing that I'm like, giving you hints about or whatever. I thought, what I might do if I did a Patreon would be probably extra live streams, and in the live streams, probably some stuff that no one else gets to see. So, you would get to see what I'm working on that nobody else will get to see until the video's out, for example. I thought that could be cool. I literally have not had time to set it up though, but I thought, you can do like the Discord chats. I thought that could be cool, like a private Discord for patrons where, we can talk about things that are coming up. Like you could have votes on what I'm going to work on next, because I always have 5 million ideas. So you could then have some say over what comes next. Or even if I'm stuck on something, I might say, hey, what color should this be? And get a voting thing up. So I don't know what you think about that, but I thought that could be kind of fun because, like, sometimes I want to share things, but I don't want to share it with the broader public. I don't want to let people know, everyone know before I bring something out. But if it was just the patrons, then I could actually show you exactly what I'm doing, and you could see real time what I'm working on or what I have planned to come next, because I do keep that very hush hush. So that's what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do. And that's one of the next things I will set up. And it'll just be probably, you know, one of those $1 a month patron things, just a little, you know, thing. I might, if I can think of additional things to add to it, maybe I'll do another tier. But at the moment, I think that'd be a good one to have, so that, you know, we can have a little community of patrons together and share everything. I've got a bunch of other things that I got from, I might as well show you, because I pulled out this one. So this was a spotlight sale that was on. This thing is absolutely molting like crazy. I might have to, I'll have to be careful about that. Yeah, so a while back, I don't know how long ago, it was quite a while ago, maybe a month ago, I don't know, something like that. Spotlight had a sale. They're always having some sales at the moment though, but they had this like 30% off deal, I think it was. So I'm a sucker, and you know, and I was like, we have spending money. I think I've mentioned that. Like, we put aside a certain amount that you can spend on whatever you want. Like, no questions asked. That's your spending money. So I decided I'm going to put an order through Spotlight and get some stuff, especially because I was like, oh, I need craft projects for lockdown, because like I've got a shortage of craft supplies. No, I've got so much, but I did get some really fun things. So I got like fake moss. I'll pull it out. It's hard to see through plastic, but I don't want to, like, I'm going to try and hold it away so that all the rattling is away from you guys. Yeah, mini terrariums. I love little terrariums. I love the ones where they make like little characters that go in them as well, or like little castles that go in them or something like that. And I mean, this is kind of what it's not really going to be a terrarium, but I wanted to make, I had this just, I don't know, I went through this whole model making video rabbit hole and was like, oh, I really want to do that, because I've always loved mossy things. I think my native surroundings is definitely a rainforest. I feel like I'm always drawn to that kind of surroundings, that kind of aesthetic as well. I love all of that stuff. I think I'm definitely a forest fae. So I just love anything like that. And when I saw all this mossy stuff, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to get it all, because even aside from this project that I'm doing, it's something that finds its way into a lot of the things that I do because I love it so much. Yes, I think we're kindred spirits, Ren, for sure. Yeah, actually, a clear glaze is a really good idea, Saber. When I watched the modeling videos, there was and I can't remember the name of the channel I watched either, because it was one of those just rabbit holes. I wasn't even like, I saw one video and then I found another and another and another. But there was this guy that had this stuff that he called landscape spray, and I think it was something he made up himself, like mixed up himself. There's something like PVA or some sort of medium in it, and sprayed it over all the stuff he was doing. And he had this really cool stuff that was like grass, but you put it through a shaker, like it's a salt and pepper shaker, and it would just fall down in such a way that it ended up looking like grass. Like, it would just sort of stick. I think he put some medium down or something like that first. I can't remember. And then put the grass things, which looked similar to what's molting off this thing, and shook them through this sifter, and then they'd fall down, look exactly like grass. It was amazing. The stuff this guy did was amazing. My stuff is not going to look like his stuff, but I'm hoping I can make something a little bit cute. So, yeah, it's like fake moss. No idea actually what that's made out of. I'm making a big mess here with all this stuff though. Artificial moss green. Very informative. I don't know what that's made of. It kind of, I don't know. It's a couple of different materials actually. There's like these little springy bits that are going through it and other stuff. That could be fun to work with. But we did think about even going to like one of the hobby shops, because for my birthday, I was like, what do I want for my birthday? Dan was asking me, and I was going to have him go in with me for a cricket. Like, I'd have to put most of the money into it. But then I've been up and down on that idea because it's got like a monthly fee. And I don't really like the idea of spending a buttload of money on this machine and then to have to continue to spend money on the machine. So I'm like, I don't know. Dan saying I already have my present. I do not have my present. We although like, so what we did, I think I mentioned it in the last live stream that we both treated ourselves to something. Dan got himself some Lego. He did like a Porsche Lego kit thing, and I got to treat myself to some makeup, which is actually sitting here as well, which I can show you guys if you're interested. And so Dan keeps saying like it was just meant to be a thing that we both get to treat ourselves to a thing. And he's like, oh, no, that's your present. That's your birthday present. And I'm like, no, don't you shortchange me. Dreams of a hobbit household covered in sod and moss. I know, how good would that be? I love that. I would just love to live in some sort of hobbit-like place that just so cozy, and I love it. When Steve was making his miniatures, he'd use matte finish varnish to spray the keyboard. Oh, okay, matte finish varnish. I don't think I've got anything like that at the moment, actually. I got a spray glue the other day just because I thought, oh, that could be helpful. So, yeah, I did get that. All right. You're on Ren. I'm going to show you the makeup then because I don't know, I love makeup, and I know that like not everyone that watches my channel is like a makeup person, because I'm not a makeup channel, but occasionally I'll be showing stuff on there, especially if it fits into that whole fantasy genre, because pretty much I'm trying to have, you know, that's the theme running through my channel is fantasy, whimsy and stuff like that, because that's what I love the most. So everything I do is towards that. But I love my makeup, and I watch a lot of makeup channels, and I think I just love shiny things. So anything colourful and shiny, bring it on. I'm so about it. And makeup is a fun, colourful, shiny thing that I can put on my face. So I love it. And also you see the packaging of this. Like, I felt so bougie getting this. So it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you can't even see in the camera how pretty this packaging is. It's like iridescent, and it looks like dragon skin. So this is the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. They had a sale going on as well. Like this was half price, I believe. And then you could get half price on a second palette. So like, ooh. Yeah, okay. And I don't know what it is about this color scheme, but this palette always spoke to me the most. I've never watched Jackie Aina, to be honest. I know of her. I know she's a YouTuber. I don't know anything about her. It really was just, I love this color scheme. And you're not even going to be able to tell how pretty this is. Like, trust me, it's so pretty. But on camera, it's not going to really show up how pretty it is, but like, oh my God, the Trust Issues color is like got these little iridescent, you're not even going to be able to tell, iridescent like gold shimmers in it that are just, so this is why I'm not a makeup channel, because like my swatches are absolutely trash, but I love makeup so much. The colors, the shimmers in this, look, anything shiny. Anything shiny, I'm a sucker for anything shiny whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, it's just not going to do it justice. But I gotta say, I love this so much. And then there's this like sponsored color here, which is like this brownie green one. It's so pretty. Used Cricut machine. Yeah, a used one might be the way to go. Like, I think if I could get a discounted one, maybe I'd be okay to pay the monthly fee, potentially. I don't know. I think you've got to replace the knives and stuff in it, though, when they get worn out. I like makeup. I'm just too lazy to put it on. I was definitely like you all the time, Sabre. I was like, meh, but I don't know. I guess I found a love for it. It's probably a lot through YouTube. I think it was just seeing all the color and stuff that you could do, all the fun stuff you could do. Because like in the past, I would just do basic kind of makeup, you know, just to, I don't know, spruce myself up a little. But now I've just had a love of like eyeshadow. You have to be in the mood to do it. And I don't do it every day because sometimes like it takes a while to do it. But there is something very self-indulgent and almost ritualistic about sitting there and, you know, putting beautiful colors on and just playing with all the color and the sparkle is so fun. Even just looking at it all is just so fun. Crystal dragons are my favorite. Yeah, I know, isn't it? Like, and yeah, the iridescence of that. And like, I didn't keep it, but the package, the outer package was so beautiful as well. Oh, so beautiful. I got, so it was a bit of an indulgence because let me just show you the second palette. Because like I said, they had, that was 50% off, and then if you get 50% off the next palette. And this was the other one of hers that I really liked the look of. Oops. Which is this Norvina one. I just love those periwinkle colors so much. I was definitely drawn to this. I definitely am drawn to a lot of cool tone colors. I know a lot of people are more about the warm tones, and I love those too. Like, look, there's not a color that I don't like in some way. But so pretty. I just thought it was just a pretty romantic color scheme that looked lovely. So, and they definitely look so much nicer in real life than online. Like a lot of the stuff I don't get to see in real life. You can go into, I think, is it Sephora has them? Oh, well, you used to be able to go in. Is that still open? I don't know what's open anymore. I don't know what's going on these days. I mean, some of the shops that are open are a surprise to me because you're like, are you essential though? Should you be open? I don't know. I think they can like stock hand sanitizer or something and it makes them essential. I don't know. I'm not sure. So that wasn't all I got. This was definitely an indulgence. Let me show you what else I got. Oh, it's got stuff on it. Ooh, the packaging of this, like, wow. I just like, I could just sit there and look at this. I'm just a sucker for shiny things. This is a bronzer that I heard good things about. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even swatched it yet, to be honest. But this is Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Bronzer in Rosewood. It's just sort of a slightly pinky tone bronzer. Hopefully it's not too dark on me because I'm like white as a sheet. But we'll see. We'll make it work, hopefully. And then it came with a little freebie, which is this little, what is it called? Dip brow or something? Brow pomade. I think they're meant to be known for their brow products. I have not tried anything from there before, but yes. So I will look forward to playing with that. I'm not wearing it at the moment because it's like brand new, and I want to just, I don't know, play around with it and have some fun. And I got my little Mecca box thing. I've been downgraded to Mecca Beauty Loop 1, which only will make sense to people in Australia because, well, and only to those who like makeup and shop at Mecca. But they have like different groups of, bonuses, I guess they are, like depending on how much you spend. And I haven't been spending as much. I say this after showing you a whole ton of makeup, but before that, I haven't been spending as much on makeup. So I got like downgraded to the Beauty Loop 1 box, which is fine. Like, because honestly, spending money at Mecca to get a Beauty Loop box isn't worth your time. I only get it if you just happen to spend enough. Otherwise, it's not worth it. I haven't even gone through to see what I've got, actually. Got a little Bare Minerals Dew Mist. It's too bright for you to see anything. Trust me, it's Dew Mist. So we've got that. Summer Fridays. What the hell is that? Jet lag mask. Yeah, nobody's getting any jet lag these days. No one's going anywhere to get jet lag. So that might just be a feeling ISO hungover thing. I don't know. Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience. Oh, I like Origins. This is an Origins little thing. I haven't tried this one, so that'll be cute. That'll be cool to try. Little face serum. Dr. Lip. What? Oh my god, this is a nipple balm. Oh, okay. Original nipple balm for dry skin, luscious lips, and glossy bits. Oh my god. Okay. I hope I'm not demonetized. New Face Line Smoothing Serum. I don't like these kind of real mini samples because you can't, like, one go of it's not really going to tell me if I like a thing usually, but why not? I've got so many bits and pieces here. I'm going to move some stuff, I think, because I'm getting surrounded. I did actually get another thing too, which is this little, well, it doesn't look like much, and I haven't opened it yet, clearly. So I don't know if you guys have watched the lantern videos I did way back in the day, because they do a yearly lantern parade in my area, which is so nice for winter solstice. So they choose the darkest night of the year, or they get close to it depending on when they can hold it. And usually, before when everyone could go out and about, everyone who wanted to join in could be in the parade. You can just put yourself forward to be in the parade, and all these people would come and watch, and then there'd be dancing and music and food and all of that sort of stuff. It's really great. But obviously we can't do that now because, we can't have groups of people. So the lantern parade isn't going to happen in the way that it happened normally, which is a shame. But what they've done instead is the lantern parade reimagined. So instead they've organised kits that you can buy to make a lantern. I was really hoping for one you could do whatever you want, because if you have seen those videos, I made a huge deer head lantern that I wore on my head. God, that was a challenge. And my friend Jen helped lead me around because I couldn't see a goddamn thing. So it was an interesting way to experience the parade because I couldn't see anything. But apparently so many people got a kick out of my lantern, and all the kids were loving it and everyone was taking photos. So to be able to do that for other people was awesome. But yeah, so they're not doing that this time, but they're doing the kits, and you could pick, they had, I think, 4 different types of kits that you could get. And they were just asking people to put in what they could, for the kit. And I think if it wasn't enough to cover the materials, you had to pay more. But, you know, I put a bit extra in as a like donation type thing and got a little star kit. So I might film that, doing that maybe on a video. And yeah, they're going to hang them up in the street instead. And hopefully people are allowed to drive through. I guess you could just make the excuse that you're going to buy essential stuff. You just need to drive through the lanterns to get to your essential thing. It'll be a little bit easier now that we have a little bit of relaxing on things, because we previously people were getting fined if they couldn't give a valid reason why they were driving around. Like, you couldn't even just drive around randomly. But now you can, so that's good. So, yeah, so I'll be putting that together. I think it's a really nice idea. And, you know, I don't know. I hope people get involved with it, and I hope it's something that's enjoyable for people. It's going to be a little sad, because just to see the empty streets and everything instead of a bustling, you know, beautiful lantern parade. But do you miss collected by real life fairies each morning to birdsong? Do whatever you want anyway, as well as the lantern kit. Yeah, I mean, look, I potentially could. I don't know whether they'd have any rules around that. It might be a size restriction thing. What is the blue thing on the shelf behind you? Blue thing. Dan, what the hell? Oh my God. Husband has put some random thing in the background, obviously waiting for me to notice, but it was like behind my head, so I couldn't see it. Bloody hell. Bulldog's boot, hey? Are you banned from the studio? He should be banned from the studio. He's always joking around that he's gonna come in here and mess around with things, or like make himself comfortable. And I am pretty lucky to have my own little studio space. Yeah, I've got like laser alarms. He had to, you know, come and do the whole cat burglar thing and like dive and swarm and things. Sneaky little bugger. I'm sensing this may not be the end of this. There may be like little hidden nuggets of things. You'll have to put it next time, Dan, where I can actually see it in my backdrop, because I couldn't see it because like it's behind my head. So I'm like, what do you mean blue thing? I'm like, is he talking about the bag? What else is blue? I'm like, oh, it's kind of purple. You did help. Yeah, actually, Dan helped me a lot. Like, I was getting ready, and he's like, oh, let's just check the lighting of the live stream, because like last time it was a bit dark and everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, just need to get ready and I'll come in. I said, oh, my studio's a big fat mess right now. And he opened the door and went, oh yeah. And when I came in, he'd cleaned it all up for me. I've messed it all up again, so I don't want him to see it. Sorry, Dan. Showing you guys all this stuff, I've like pulled bits and pieces out and like totally ruined the nice clean bit of tidying that he did for me here. Find the hidden object game. Yeah, yeah, God. Don't tempt him, he'll do it for sure. We have joked about that in like when I do my regular videos, that I should do some little Easter egg thing that sits in the backdrop that, you know, I don't call attention to, that you guys might pick up on or something like that. But I'd have to really make sure that like I set my framing up the same way so that you can see what it is, and that my big fat head wasn't in the way, because like I've got so much detail of that backdrop. I think I've mentioned it before. I've got all these like projects and things that I worked on when I was doing all the backdrop stuff and all those videos going, yeah, I'm going to have this really awesome backdrop. But like I'm usually right here in the way and you can't see any of it. So I feel like I need to just be like over here, like, hey, enjoy. I should show you guys. Oh, I think I just wheeled over all my little mossy bits. I should show you guys the other mossy things because I started pulling things out and didn't finish. Why not make more of a mess of this place than I already have? Got this like, I think this is all made with the same grass stuff actually, because this looks exactly the same grassy stuff, but just on a different thing. This is like a little carpet of moss. So yeah, I figured that would be good if I do make a tree thing or something like that, to put a little bit of moss around it or something. Oh God. I'm like shaking this thing and little bits of green stuff are going this way onto the keyboard. I've got to be careful. There's more moss. So I went a bit moss mad. Because, you know, like in all seriousness, you kind of want some different textures if you're doing something natural, something mossy and stuff like that, or especially if you're trying to make it look realistic, because it's not going to be all the same color. It's going to be, you know, variated and different textures and all that sort of stuff. So I got like a lighter green moss stuff. Again, I don't know what this is made of. It could be plastic for all I know. I have no idea actually. I got these cute little mossy rocks. They're not really rocks. They're super light. So I think they're like foam. Again, it's the same. That's the same green grassy stuff. So this was all like that 30% off sale that I was like, oh, let me get some bits and pieces. So I got this beauty and thought that would be a really nice thing to do up and hang up either in my studio or maybe even in my house. I don't know, but I just love that. I don't know what I want to do with it yet, to be fair, but could put a little fairy on it maybe, put some more decorations around it, have some crystals hanging down. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I was very taken by that. I thought that would be really fun to play around with. So likely that's going to be another video at some point. See, I need to I don't know, win the lottery so I don't have to work, so I can spend all my time doing all the stupid amount of projects that I come up with in my head and share it with you guys. That's the dream. And to be a lady of leisure, of course, I would never be a lady of leisure because I can't sit still. I'm always doing something, but just need to, I don't know, win the lottery so I can work on creative stuff for the rest of my life. Got these little sparkly flowers, foamy flowers. No idea what I want to use them for, but I think these were on special. I'm a sucker for a sale, so I just thought that could be cute in something. And I got this because I figured all these little leaves and stuff could be helpful to add some different texture into things. So yeah, grab that one. It's got some cool twiggy shapes and stuff. That bag is filled with that grassy stuff. It's come off something. This stuff I really like. I wish I had more of it actually. So it's this coated twine, and it looks really cool and natural. It has again got some of the same bloody green. Like they must just have a ton of this green grassy stuff because it's the same. It's the same color. It's the same texture, everything. But I love this. Like I almost love it just without the grass. It's just this cool, natural looking twine stuff. Really like that. Yeah, I don't know. And I thought possibly some of it might help me for the necklace, but like looking at it again and seeing how much it molts and stuff, I'm thinking probably not. But it gives you an idea of like what I'm thinking for the bottom of this is those like almost like branches or something sticking out a little bit at the bottom. So that would sit on the neck, some sort of, and probably on wire so that I have the ability to maneuver it how I want, but just sort of sprigging out a little bit at the base, maybe some berries or flowers on it. I don't know yet. And on the other side, I will be doing probably the same stuff as I do down here, but that's going to be a base for, if you guys remember the dip resins that I got, I want to make some either wings or flowers, probably wings. I'd love to have some actual like fairy wings or something like that, although I am adding some fairy wings up here, which I haven't done yet. Those need to be sewn in, and I will be doing that shortly as well. So that's going to look lovely. But yeah, something with the resins, whether it just depends what I'm able to make. I have seen wings done with them, so I'm going to see if I can work that out. So I might just do a video which is more like playing with some things, the direction of this, because I need to feel out some things before I move forward. I don't want to like go gung-ho into anything without really knowing how it's going to all come together. Fairy mobile to hang from the ceiling. Yeah, I think something like that is going to be really cool. Like either put some fairy wings on it. Maybe I don't even need to have an actual fairy. It could just be like wings or something like that hanging off it. Or I do have a couple of little bird things in clip onto things, so I could put like a bird on it. I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. Or a mushroom, a couple of mushrooms. Add a light and turn it to a fairy crystal shell. Mossy, viney, fairy crystal dress. Yeah, now you're talking, Saber. And I will be honest to say that some of this is possibly with that in mind. You'll have to wait for Patreon. I'm so mysterious, aren't I? I've got so many things that I've not shown you guys that are in some semblance of getting organized to be a video. It's just like the stuff I do is labor intensive. So, you know, unfortunately, you can come up with a ton of ideas, and it might take me a month to get something done. It might take me a few months if you include like getting all the materials together for a thing. So yeah, I am like, even just myself looking forward to having a little group, like a little Patreon group of people that I can share what's going on, so I don't have to be so bloody secretive all the time. And then everyone else can just wait and see what I come up with. Well, that was it for that little thing. I do have one other quick thing to show you. Nothing too exciting at this point. Oh, I haven't even opened it actually, but like you can't even tell what it bloody is. This is a wig. Doesn't look like one, does it? It looks like hard as a rock. It's been vacuumed back to the crap house. I think I can. Oh, it's got an easy tear. So I did talk about like maybe doing a video. I've got so many bloody ideas for videos, and I'm like, when am I going to have time for all this? But I did want to do up a wig. I've always wanted to do a wig that, like a totally whimsical wig that almost looks a little bit like think troll doll, but not really. Like, you know how their hair kind of goes up, but like but fairy and whimsical. So like prettier and, you know, with flowers in, but just, you know, kind of going into a kind of weird thing at the top and maybe some curls around or whatever, and just totally customize a wig like that. And I've got some ideas of maybe how I might do it. Whether they work out, who knows? I mean, most of my projects, I have no idea how the end result's going to be, but if it works out, it's so good. So, and this one's got a lot of length to it because I thought, oh, I want a lot of hair to play with. Wow, that's actually brighter than I realized. Oh, so long. I have to hold it back here so you can see it. See how long that is? That is like blue. Bam. So I think like this would be cool. And like it gives me enough hair, hopefully, to play with. The interesting thing will be whether I can do that sort of shape and not have the scalp look bare or anything. So it might be one that I have to maybe, I don't know, get some other pieces of hair as well. So we'll see. It might be one of those things where I start it and kind of go, yeah, I need some like clip-in hair bits to fill in some areas and stuff like that. But that is going to be a fun little thing to do, I think. And I've seen some like people that do custom wigs before, and I thought, yeah, why not? I mean, like, I never think to do any of that. I always just buy a wig and it is what it is, you know. I'm just like, well, that's the wig, you know, that's what it looks like. That's all I can do. I don't know. I did buy a hair color as well to kind of play around with it, but it is synthetic. So I'm thinking I probably didn't think that through because I don't think, I could be wrong, I've never dyed a wig. I don't think you can dye the synthetic ones. I think it has to be a real hair or something to dye it, possibly. So I don't know. I might have to rethink that part of it, but that will be fun. Effie trinket type style. Oh, yeah, yes. Similar type of thing. But, you know, obviously moving into like the fairy side of it, probably less, what would you call their style? Almost Baroque or something, like a French sort of style, that really ornate style. But it definitely does, I think what I'm thinking definitely does draw from that kind of style for sure. And then bringing that into a bit of a fairy whimsical realm is what I'm thinking. We'll see if it turns out. And I do need to get a couple of things, which is something that we're probably going to do today, I think, that I hope will help me to do this. I don't know. It's brand new territory for me. So like, which is like true of so many of my videos. Oh, did I show you guys that thing? That was that last thing from that order. And I actually don't know what I want to use this for at all, but it was so interesting. It's actually metal, like metal garland, metal strip. I thought, far out, I love the look of that so much. I could just, I don't know. It was just one of those things that jumped out at me, even though I don't have a project in mind as yet, but like it'd be cool to use on something like a cool wooden box or a trim for some picture frame. I don't know. No idea what I want to do with this, but I'll pull it out. Hang on. With the butterflies, exactly. Yes. No, I know exactly the one you're talking about, Saber. Actually, I think I can. Oh, how do I do it? There you go, Saber. Post away. So that gives you a bit. Oh, this thing doesn't really like. I'm so used to my camera where I can like hold it right up close and it will start to become clear. I don't think this one does that. No, it's kind of about here where everything is clear. So I love the look of this. It's just a big long strip, and it's got really lovely detail in it. So it's like got all these cutouts and everything. It's probably hard to see the actual pattern there, and I'm not going to open it because it's zip tied, but that I just love the look of. So I just thought, oh yeah, all right, I'm going to pick it up and see if, you know, sometimes these things spark something for me as well. Like if I'm really drawn to a thing, I sometimes just go with it because often I end up being super inspired by that thing. Oh, yeah. Don't you just love those butterflies in there? I love that. And I've seen, oh, yeah, you're right, Dan. We probably do need to head off. I was just going to quickly say I've seen some headpieces with the butterflies on them as well, and they look so stunning, so inspiring. Definitely have some headpieces in the long list of projects that I would love to do. And I have a couple of things in mind for those. So eventually that will be a video as well. I need more time. All right, guys, I have to head off because we've got a lot to do today. Thank you so much for joining me today and having a chat. I haven't quite worked out the whole scheduling thing to be able to like premiere the live stream. So I think what I'll just have to say next time is, unless I can get the right software for it, is just look out for me same time in a fortnight. Or the only other thing I can do is like post a premiere and then kind of delete that and start a stream, unless I can get the software in the meantime. But at the moment, I can't guarantee I can do a premiere until we work stuff out. So, because I'm just using a webcam, we don't have like the software, and it's nice and easy with a webcam in so far as you can just go live, but you can't do any of the other fancy stuff. It seems like, I don't know why YouTube isn't sort of set up so that you can use a webcam for premieres and stuff like that. So, which is kind of annoying. So, I mean, or I could do a community post just to let you know what time. That could be another option as well. But yes, I must head off. Stay safe, everybody. Look out for a Patreon soon. I will announce it in a video, I think, just so everyone is aware and so I can clearly tell people what it actually is. And probably, I'm thinking just one tier right now, as I mentioned. Possibly in the future a second tier, but we'll see, because I just want to make sure whatever I do that I'm offering something to you guys for it so that it's worth your while. All right, anyway, I better go. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. See you later.